Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon Perna, and for the third year in a row, I have exclusive access from my inside source at EA Sports to bring you some of the rejected Madden 19 covers. This is a big deal for the game, and lots of guys get nixed every season. So I looked at their mock-ups, and I went through and ranked what I thought were their real 10 best covers. It's a damn shame some of these did not make the final cut. Top 10 rejected Madden covers. Before we get to the list, I do have Big Dick Patreon shout-outs for Matt Ryan's $100 million dick, Neil Quaintance, I forgive you, the Toothful Dickless Raccoon with no boob for upping their donation to $2.22, Mike Kaiser, and Joshua Bickers. Look, your donations is how this channel stays alive and functions, so you can make a monthly donation at patreon.com/that'sgoodsports. I do offer a podcast just for my patrons as a reward, so think about it. Okay, the number 10 rejected Madden 19 cover was the What the Fuck Happened to Our Team edition starring the Dallas Cowboys. Hell, Tony Romo almost got the 2019 cover as the greatest gift to football announcing since the John Madden himself. Romo's gone, Des Bryant is gone, and Jason Witten retired. The Cowboys went from being a playoff contender to completely irrelevant in 2017. Ezekiel Elliott was suspended most of the season. Jerry Jones was told to shut the hell up by all the other NFL owners, and all of their longest tenured stars are gone. The only real star left in Dallas is their fucking logo. The number 9 rejected Madden cover was the Cleveland Browns 0-16 edition. Game developers made the game so hard that you as a game player had the same chances of winning as the Browns over the last 2 seasons. The cover design is what really made the marketing department at EA decide to go in a different direction. It read, Madden 19, the 0-16 shit, just buy NBA 2K19 instead. It's a much better game this year. The number 8 rejected cover belongs to Kirk Cousins. He, of course, signed the first fully guaranteed contract in NFL history this offseason with the Minnesota Vikings, but after his press conference, this edition was going to have to be called Madden 19 made Cousins literally said over 120 times in his introductory press conference for the Vikings. That's basically an for every $1 million he believes he should be paid.
Happy birthday. And
the number 7 rejected cover was the Black Ball edition featuring Colin Kaepernick. Oh, no, don't shut down. Don't shut down this channel. Don't shut down the channel. Oh, NFL, you won't catch me. I'm sorry, the number 7 cover was actually the What the Fuck is a Catch edition. Yes, it featured Jesse James and the infamous touchdown that was reversed because the NFL has accomplished something no other sport could ever do, making one of the most routine aspects of the game so convoluted, nobody knew what the fuck was what. Because the what was getting fucked by what? Oh right, the what fucker. That's how the NFL catch rule basically read. After presenting this version of the game to a test group, it bombed harder than the catch rule itself. The strategy of the game was to challenge every single catch, making the gameplay so slow and long that the player who didn't give up out of sheer frustration won the game. Number 6 was the controversial Indian Giver edition, featuring the slimiest coach in NFL history, Josh McDaniels, who famously accepted the head coaching job with the Indianapolis Colts and then reneged on the deal even after a few of his assistants already signed their contracts with Indy. Because of the title though, Indian Giver Edition, this stirred up numerous protests with the Native American community who said, You can either have this game cover and title, or you can keep the Washington Redskins as the team mascot and logo. You only get one offensive thing towards Native Americans. Having two is downright excessive. Now, Dan Snyder quickly put the kibosh on this cover, especially since he's about to be in a world of shit for pimping out his cheerleaders during travel photo shoots. Actually, this cover should be called, "No matter how much you hate Josh McDaniels, he's just a flea on a dog's dick," compared to the human pile of garbage that is Dan Snyder. Coming in at number 5, Tom Brady was of course on last year's cover, and even though he single-handedly lost the Super Bowl for the Patriots, he was still considered for 2 Madden 19 covers. So this was actually a crossover with the classic video game Hitman, after we all learned that Tom Brady was in fact Donald Trump's porn star intimidator via this sketch. Now EA tried to incorporate Tom as the new Hitman in a football world, but could not come to an agreement with IO Interactive since IO didn't believe that a, as they put it, man-puss quarterback could accurately portray the skill and courage it takes to be a hitman. EA also wanted Tom on back-to-back covers to ensure that he got the curse in 2018. They underestimated his power in 2017 and had no idea that by putting him on the cover, it would instead injure Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, Carson Palmer, Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz, pretty much anybody named Carson, JJ Watt, Odell Beckham Jr., and so forth. So EA tried to be clever with Brady and said, what if we create a family-friendly version of Madden 19? With this as the cover. EA was promptly sued by New Line Cinema, who already owns the rights to A Long Kiss Goodnight, and the naming rights to the sequel, A Way Too Long Kiss with My Son, while a strange little man massages my shirtless chest goodnight. The number 4 rejected cover was actually a shared cover by Reuben Foster, Paxton Lynch, Vance Joseph, Jay Cutler, John Ross, and Deshaun Kaiser. It was the Boy Were We Wrong About This Guy edition. Note, only one of those guys probably definitely committed domestic violence. The others were just really bad at football. The number 3 rejected cover was a story of redemption. It featured Nick Foles, Jared Goff, and Case Keenum in the background with Jeff Fisher in the foreground, and was appropriately titled, Every QB I Touched Turned to Shit. I'm the opposite of King Midas for NFL QBs. This version sucked. It didn't matter which team you selected to play because it always made your head coach Jeff Fisher. And his mustache instantly ruined your starting quarterback. And here's the truth, Jeff Fisher was actually a good head coach. The problem was his mustache was so symmetrical and masculine that it either emasculated his starting QB, giving him an inferiority complex, or made his starting quarterback question his own sexual identity. Should I throw this game-winning touchdown to that wide-open wide receiver? Or should I try to French my head coach after the game? The number 2 rejected Madden cover for Madden 19 was the Royal Rumble edition. Oh man, this would have been cool. With the rising popularity of the UFC and WWE games, Madden thought about taking the blitz approach and incorporating body slams and fights into the game after the 2017 season saw round 2 chains between Aqib Talib and Michael Crabtree, and the I'll punch your head even if you're still wearing a helmet fight between AJ Green and Jalen Ramsey, the now you see me, now you don't body crush between Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore, and the king of cheap shots himself, Rob Gronkowski, taking his infamous I don't care if the play is over and if you're out of bounds hit on Tre'Davious White. It would have been a brawl for the ages and probably the most popular version of Madden if they had the cojones to make it. And here we are, the final, the number 1 rejected Madden 19 cover. And oh man, this one would have been perfect. It was the Big Dick Nick edition. I can't really show the cover because it's too graphic, but it was Nick Foles with his Big Dick Nick fully laid out across the cover, just crushing the Patriots in Super Bowl 52. Belichick, Brady, Gronk, and Kraft all getting squashed like little Goombas from the Mario Brothers by Big Dick Nick's dick. Actually, if you look at the Goomba and then grow it by 1,000 times, that's the part of Big Dick Nick that is blurred out. The only thing more impressive than Nick Foles' performance in the Super Bowl was the amount of people who tried to make money with t-shirts and the Big Dick Nick nickname. This version of the game actually had an unlockable achievement where if you won back-to-back Super Bowls with Big Dick Nick Foles, you could play the following season as his penis, dressed like Jason Kelce as a mummer from his famous Super Bowl parade speech. Besides every player for the Patriots, the only penis ever allowed in Madden was, of course, Brett Favre's dick pic from Madden 09. The pic was an Easter egg which would be revealed if you moved Brett Favre to the punter position. Cool. And that's it. Those are your top 10 rejected Madden covers for Madden 19. I hope you enjoy the game. It's gonna be just like all the other ones. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube to my channel. One cover that didn't make the list was the Miracle Stephon Diggs Vikings edition. The city of New Orleans, though, said, if you make us relive that moment one more time, we will kill everyone. Every single person will be dead.